A $12,000 American Express bill. I kind of stopped paying my bills for a little bit.
At my peak, I was door dashing probably about $5,000 a month.
This is a friendly reminder that banks will give 18-year-old kids a loan for $100,000 to go to college, but they won't give those same kids a $100,000 loan to go trade on Kalshi or Polymarket.
Alright, so today we got a fun one. We're going to be taking a look at people making bad financial decisions. A staple on this channel, very informative or entertaining. It depends on what way you want to look at it, but at least for me, it's a pretty good way to de-influence myself from making some of these bad choices. We got a ton of stuff to go over today, along with comments from you guys from previous videos. So if you want to be featured on a future video, leave in the comments down below. But let's start off with a comment from one of you guys. I ordered Uber Eats once. It was almost double the price listed for the food alone. That was the last time I used it. So let's just take a look at this clip.
This is what I used to look like a couple of years ago. Then I turned into that. I'm going to teach you how to glow down. And the first method we're going to talk about is door dashing. At my peak, I was door dashing probably about $5,000 a month. I was door dashing twice a day, potentially, basically every single day, just going at it. Maybe even more than 5K a month, realistically, but I was door dashing. They knew me. They knew me so much at certain restaurants that I eventually would drive to those restaurants and get food, and they dead in the drive-thru was like, oh, it's Mr. You, right? It's Mr. Blank, me. It's Glitz, bro. He's come through. He's finally come through. It's that guy. And like everybody turned to look at me because it was like I was like a mythical creature.
What a way to start off this video, $5,000 a month on DoorDash. And this is not a one-off example. This actually gets even worse. The photo up on screen is somebody talking to the DoorDash customer support. I understand you want to know how much you spent on DoorDash since creating your account. Allow me 1 to 2 minutes to take care of this for you. And thanks for waiting. As per checking here, you spent $98,234 on DoorDash. Oh, wow. Going over to the comments, they started in 2013, so you've spent $8,000 a year since they started, and the creator responded, I made my account in 2019. Even worse. You're talking roughly $14,000 a year. Another person saying $20,000 in food and $70,000 in fees. Can't say it's worth it, at least in my opinion. But I asked you guys in an older video, what's the worst financial decision you've made? The first comment being 126% interest rate on an easy pay for a car repair. Took years to pay off, so much lost savings. Wow. Another person saying trusting my future self to have the motivation and means to pay current debt. A lot of people have that type of thought process. They're going to live for now, go on vacations, put everything on a credit card. I'll make more money down the line in my career. Everything's going to be fine. And unfortunately, it ends pretty badly. Bought an online game for 20 pence and then in 2 months spent £300 on gems. We'll be talking about mobile games a little bit later. The next one, a person saying wasting $500 in a week on TikTok live gifts. Another person saying buying professional audio equipment when I'm not a musician, producer, or engineer. That could get extremely expensive very quickly. Using my credit card because I didn't want my husband seeing how much fast food I was buying while at work. Ended up racking up $20,000 in debt on top of gaining weight. I don't know if they were using DoorDash on top of it like the earlier examples, but a lot more people do this than you think. Bought an FD RX-7 with zero idea how rotaries work. $9,000 into the car, and all of it was life support, and yes, the rotor seals blew. I don't know too much about how that car works, I just know it's a pain. It's a very cool looking car, but you definitely need to know what you're doing. While I was at work and still living at home, I spent all of my money on records and partying, when I could have been saving most of it to give me a good start when I moved out. I feel like more and more people have that type of regret, especially in today's world.
What is your all-time biggest money mistake? Paying $100,000 for my bachelor's degree.
My ex-wife.
What'd that cost you?
Couple million.
Probably not paying my car bill in time, and I actually got it repoed.
Spending money on Fortnite.
On skins?
Yeah,
You do that.
I do.
I've never
sometimes
met
do that.
someone who does it.
I spent $60,000 on a Mercedes.
What?
What other debt do you have hanging around?
A $12,000 American Express bill. I kind of stopped paying my bills for a little bit.
Student loans.
How much in student loans?
So my schooling was $90,000. I'm close to $200,000 in debt with interest.
How long has it been?
Almost 20 years ago. I'll die with student loan debt.
Okay, so all of them were pretty crazy, but we're gonna go back to the Fortnite skins example. Whether it's the mobile games or stuff on PC, I mean any console, more and more people are spending a ludicrous amount of money on microtransactions, adding up how much money I've spent on my silly little mobile game. And in parentheses, someone take my phone away. When they end up realizing that they spent over $2,200 on a single game. Heading over to the comments, I've spent so much on one of them, they send me flowers, gifts, and I've been invited to PR parties. That is never a good sign. Someone else says people actually spend money on mobile games. Yes, they do. The next one says my therapist told me once this was actually a gambling addiction and it made me rethink everything. But many don't categorize it because they're not sports betting or they're not in the casinos. However, it could drain your bank account just as quick. I did this with Monopoly Go and I genuinely had to have an intervention, and my friend set up a password so I had to quit cold turkey. I almost relapsed, but I've stayed strong. Really good example of it being an addiction there. In 4 months, I spent almost $1,000 on Township, never heard of it. I had to delete the app, and I don't want to talk about how much I've spent on Pokemon Go. The next one says these merging games have me in a chokehold. The creator responds they're so addictive, and for what? I don't even know what they're talking about. But if they're spending that much money on those types of games, I want nothing to do with it.
What is one bad financial decision that you regret making in life?
For sure, buying designer clothes, this don't mean nothing. You can't. There's no money in it when you try to resell or nothing. It's just it's dead.
What made you get in the first place?
It's just for like other people's attention type of thing. It's not really for
You did it
yourself.
for the girls and the guys?
No, okay, that's doing too much. Nah, it's just for like for yourself. But at the end of the day, like it's like a trend and it dies. You know,
Yeah.
like it is what it is.
What was your designer brand of choice?
Just Gucci. And it's like, you know, died. You know, a bunch of like other shit, like Hood Star, like all that type of shit. Like not technically designer, but like hype. It just dies down.
There are so many different examples all over social media of people saying the same thing, and the argument for buying these types of designer brands are always the same. I'm actually just really into fashion, and in a vast majority of cases, they're just lying to themselves. They want other people to see that they're wearing Gucci or Dior, Louis Vuitton, all of them. And like he was talking about, once you're done with that phase, you basically burned all that money. The resale value isn't close to how much you actually spent in the store, so it was all just a big waste in the end.
One of my biggest financial mistakes is being a victim to lifestyle creep. I am a victim, and this is such a painful learning experience. Graduated in 2022, and I made sure to celebrate. 3 months after graduating, I leased my car. Not the best decision. This was my first taste at adulthood, at freedom, so I was really living my best life. I was at every concert, every nice restaurant, I was getting every beauty service you could think of, and I took 5 trips in 1 year. It was the most I had ever traveled in 1 year, and while this year was so much fun for me, I did not realize the damage I was doing. It took me a couple of months to realize that I was living completely beyond my means. Which sucks, and it's hard to admit in a society where everybody pretends that they have all the money in the world and is bad and bougie. At the end of the year, this is what my savings account looked like, and I literally could not sleep at night.
And in comparison to some clips we've seen, that's not even that bad. People go heavily into the negatives. Regardless, that line chart did not look good, but the comments don't make it much better. 5 trips is worth it. Sure, it can be worth it if you have that kind of money to spend, but again, most people in today's world don't. Or even if they do, like the creator in the previous clip, they regret it, because that was still a lot of money to spend in a short period of time. But it doesn't matter. We got another comment. Money goes and comes back, but those experiences become timeless. I don't know why everybody thinks it's so easy to make money in today's world. With how many people are struggling, I feel like it's one of the toughest times.
Okay, y'all really need to understand this, but you never lose money. You only gain things of value. The only time money leaves my bank account is when I have the belief that what I'm exchanging it for is more valuable than money itself. Because do not forget, money itself has no value. It literally by itself is worthless. It represents value. So when you go to the grocery store and you buy hot dog buns and sausages and mustard and whatever the heck you buy, you don't lose 50 bucks. You gained things of value represented by 50 bucks. So can you not see from this perspective that even spending money is actually super abundant, because every time you do it, you are gaining something of value?
Okay, so we got a couple things here. First off, what if virtually everything we're currently buying is overpriced? Wouldn't you feel like you'd be getting less value? But heading over to the comments, this is the best girl math ever. Great. Another person saying, unless you get robbed, then you lose money. That's a good point. Me gaslighting myself to buy stuff. Another person saying girl math. I left my Gucci glasses at Starbucks. That day, I definitely lost 400 bucks. But it's okay. Money just circulates. Spending is abundant. And then when we head over to this creator's account, a life and manifestation coach. Why am I not surprised? Transforming your perception, membership, and coaching information. She's got one-on-one coaching, exclusive memberships you could pay for, and a course called Abundantly Ever After. It's completely okay for you to spend money, especially when it's on my stuff. We got another comment from you guys right here. I really can't stand the term girl math, as if girls can't do math. It's not an excuse, it's self-demeaning. And even though I agree with this, I've been seeing it on social media comments for years.
You're gonna regret buying your dream car at 18. Invest the money. Regret? Regret? Hot take, but when you have to drive somewhere, I'm not a good driver, I don't really enjoy driving, and you're in a nice car, it makes everything better. You're driving like every single day, a good 10% of your day, you're driving. You have to drive, like whatever you do throughout your day, you have to drive there.
Okay, thank you for that insightful thought. But of course, every car that's somewhat popular and people like is now somebody's dream car. It's always the Wranglers or the Broncos in this case. And yeah, you should just buy it even if you don't have the financials to back it up, because we drive around a lot anyway. You might as well enjoy what you drive even if you're not a good driver. She said it herself. Wouldn't want to be on the road with her driving a Bronco. But this is the kind of stuff that persuades younger kids into making mistakes like this.
What is one bad financial decision that you're making in life?
I mean, I just bought a new car. Like, I mean, it's not even that expensive, bro. It's a 2025 Toyota Corolla Hybrid, bro. But I'm paying like $1,100 a month for that.
Wait. How are you paying that much?
So I work for 2 different school districts.
Okay.
So, I mean, obviously multiple jobs is going to help. But, I mean, yeah, that's what I'm doing.
I mean, like, why does it cost so much? Like, you got a high interest rate or something?
Well, it's because I'm 19. So.
You got full coverage on the car?
Yeah, well, I got everything, bro. Like, I even got some, what was it called? It's like let's say if some breaks down in your car, warranty. There we go. I got warranty on my car.
Like gap insurance and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't get the gap insurance. I'm too broke for that shit, but
Okay, so he got everything under the sun except gap insurance, and that turns into $1,100 a month on a Corolla. Especially when we're talking about this creator, we could sit here for an hour straight, looking over clip after clip when he does his street interviews, and all of these kids say the exact same thing. I wish I didn't buy the car that I wanted when I was younger. The car payments were absolutely brutal, along with the insurance. It wasn't worth it. I just wonder when people will actually learn. Now up next, we got a different example of a very bad financial decision with their car.
Yeah, you see, the paint came off from the top, so he decided, you know what, I am not taking it off. Yeah, look at all the paint that came off.
So if you don't know what they did, it's when they put a whole bunch of Christmas lights on their car. I don't know how it's legal in the first place on the road, but it looks like they just duct taped their whole car, and when they took it off, they started ripping the paint off the car as well. Not the greatest choice, in my opinion. We got another comment from you guys here. The more average Americans see the situations and mistakes of others, the more their own financial literacy may improve. That's the main reason for a lot of these types of videos that I make on this channel. Life is too short to just learn from your own mistakes, and at least with social media, we could take a look at anybody's life, their decisions and mistakes, and learn from them.
My husband had worked at this business for over 20 years, and we recently bought it. We took out 2 personal $50,000 loans to pay the previous owner and to start the business. But now after 2 months, we're feeling a lot of stress in our new marriage, feel like we're only paying debts, not making any progress, and can't breathe anymore. We need guidance on how to manage the cash flow so we can try and get ahead. The monthly business expenses are between $50,000 and $60,000 a month, but the income varies between $40,000 and $70,000 depending on the month.
You paid $100,000 for a business that breaks even?
He told us it didn't. He said that it had a significant cash flow, but we are finding that we're only breaking even. He said it's a slow time period right now.
Did you look at previous books of the business, like the last 12 months before you bought it, to see seasonality, if that is true?
He didn't really offer that, and we kind of went on good faith because my husband had worked for him for so long, but I'm realizing now that maybe we should have.
No, not maybe, absolutely.
Yeah.
Exactly, because now you're kind of screwed. Going over to the comments, why would you invest in a business and not look at the books? Another person saying people don't sell successful businesses. It is extremely rare. Even if they want to retire, most of the time they'll just pass it down to a family member and keep it going. We got another post up on screen. What what big purchase did you make, only to realize it was a huge waste of money. First one is a trip to Paris. Arrived to realize it's a rundown version of London and the food is rubbish. I bet that got a whole bunch of people riled up. When it comes to traveling, people get extremely defensive for some reason. The next one says a hot tub. Ask how many times we've used it. Go ahead. Probably not a lot. This one says first marriage, second marriage, third marriage, and yes, fourth marriage. I'm totally done. I mean, even after the third one, wouldn't you think that maybe it's not for you? The one right after that says a pontoon boat. Everyone wants a ride, and no one wants a chip in for gas. Sold it and bought a kayak. The one right after that, in-game purchases, yet again. People love those microtransactions. Another one saying buying a house that has an HOA. That's why we got an entire series on this channel. They are a nightmare. Buying a condo in an HOA. They raised the fees from $80 to $550. Another person says a house. My property tax has gone up 48% in the last 8 years. If I was to pay it off tomorrow, I'd still have to pay $700 a month just for taxes. The next one saying anything from the TikTok shop, and I agree, it's just basically another form of Temu now. Health insurance. What do you mean I have to pay $1,600 a month but still have an $8,000 deductible? Right after that, all insurance is a joke now. They just don't want to pay. Someone else says a $2,000 fridge with a screen on it. Hopefully it's not that Samsung one that gives you ads now. A brand new car, never again. Anytime that I pay for Uber Eats. We got someone else saying RV. We had a dream and it turned into a nightmare. And that's why I just made a video talking about people regretting buying an RV. Another one saying a brand new car, never again. A sailboat and I don't know how to sail. Another just saying a college degree, a Roomba. I spend more time getting it unstuck and untangling stuff from it than it does to take to just vacuum my house myself. And we'll finish off with yet another one that's a series on my channel, a timeshare. Huge regret.
My New Year's resolution was to make $80,000 sports betting this year so I can quit my full-time job and become a professional sports bettor. It is June 9th. And I'm only $98,000 away.
Even though you may think this is a joke, this is a reality for more and more people out there each day. They think that somehow they're the ones that could beat all the sports books, all the casinos, even though it's literally been their job for decades. And we could actually take it a step farther with this next one because now you could bet on virtually anything.
This is a friendly reminder that banks will give 18-year-old kids a loan for $100,000 to go to college, but they won't give those same kids a $100,000 loan to go trade on Kalshi or Polymarket. And I think this says a lot about our society that, you know, banks really want people to go get college degrees, but they don't want them to get rich on prediction markets from picking the high and low temperatures in Miami or Seattle. Pretty crazy.
Yeah, because those prediction markets aren't just a huge insider trader scheme. Heading over to the comments, someone says, somehow, I don't think this is satire. And going over to his profile, Polymarket invite code. Shocker, he wants to get a kickback from everybody betting on these random events. But we could keep going on with the bad decisions when it comes to gambling, because even Stockx has gotten into the ring.
Today we're opening up more Stockx mystery boxes. If you don't know, they release sneaker mystery boxes. The only thing is that they're garbage. Your odds of getting the top prize are 0.5%, so I'm gonna open them so you don't have to. Hit these smackaroos, let's go. First one, let's go. What? No. There was only 20% chance that we got this, so I guess technically it wasn't a bad box, but the shoe sucks, so I'm stupid. Let's go, baby. Box number 2. Box number... Ew! Got absolutely cooked on this one. We have a pair of Nike Jaw 1s. Who wants those? Box number 3, baby. I had to pause to mentally prepare you for the absolute poop fest that's about to come out this box. Come on. I already know. As if my day wasn't going bad enough, here comes Stockx with a Nike Cortez. 55 beans on a Nike Cortez. Am I stopping now, though? Nope. Box number 4, no! We're opening another one. I refuse to end on a Jaw 1. Second one this video, by the way. Last one, baby. Come on, give me the winner. Give me the no!
Okay, so I know that this guy's doing it for content, but again, you're going to have a ton of people out there that like to bet on anything. You are not going to get one of the insanely rare shoes. You're going to get a bunch of junk that they don't want. So we got Stockx gambling now. This is how they get rid of shoes they don't want. Exactly. I just don't know how people don't see right through this immediately.
I quit my job to stream full time. I have 6 followers on Twitch. This is either the worst decision of my life for the best.
And unfortunately, I looked into his social media accounts, his YouTube, his Twitch, and they're currently not doing too well right now. Heading over to the comments, the first one just says, Domino's is hiring. I'm not telling people that they shouldn't do content. I mean, I'm making a YouTube video right now, but you definitely shouldn't be jumping in headfirst, especially when you don't have a following.
So I just moved to LA two days ago from Houston with no job and 2 months of savings, and I cannot find a job. I keep calling like fast food places around. Like I'm trying to get like a serving job, but like I can't find a job. Yeah, it's been rough, I think. Hopefully I find a job soon, I don't know.
In one of the most expensive places you could live on the planet. We've seen similar examples like this a few times on this channel. Just pack up whatever you want and move across the country. Move to LA, New York, Miami, with absolutely no game plan in a very high cost of living area. I'm in NYC, laid off with $80,000 in savings, thinking how I'm in big trouble if I can't find a job in a few months. Use that $4,600 to move back to Houston. Girl, this isn't the movies. Respectfully, why would you do this? You guys have got to stop doing this. LA, out of all places, with $4,600, that's literally 1 month of rent out there. That was basically the entire rest of the comment section. Out of all places, you choose one of the most expensive states. I know some try to do it to kick off a social media career. They'll make some vlogs or TikToks showing their life, and maybe the video like we just watched gets some traction, but overall it doesn't really sustain an audience for a long period of time.
Come with me to leave Korea after 1 week because after 4 days of working, I did not like it. And I quit and left the same day. Here we go.
So was there any research done beforehand? Going over to the comments, there's a little bit more context that's added. I see a lot of red flags here, and I don't think it's the countries or the schools. So it seems like she was moving to Korea to be an English teacher, and it ended up being a lot more work than she thought. And I know comparing America to a lot of other places in Europe, the work ethic is a lot crazier here, but it's just as crazy, if not crazier, in places like South Korea and Japan. Absolutely insane hours for not the best pay. Another person saying you left because they made you work. Come with me to leave a country I did no research on before trying to live there. She found out Korea isn't all K-pop and K-dramas, but there seems to be a theme of people going all in on something without researching it beforehand. When you spend $11,000 as a student to build a camper van to escape the Matrix, but you find out you don't like it, and now $11,000 just disappeared. You seem to have it all figured out, so Apple randomly takes $18.95 out of my bank account each week, $12.95 here, $17.65 there, and I literally have no idea what I'm paying for. And yet I do nothing about it. Great choice. It's a deep shame that happens to all of us and we just pretend it's not happening. The creator responds, it's actually concerning, or we think about it for a minute and then get sidetracked worrying about something else. That's the TikTok brain at work. Same, and now Amazon Prime keeps taking little hits from my account and I have no idea why. POV just borrowed $500 from Chime and uninstalled it. I don't think it's gonna work out the way you think it is. The first comment saying, Unc, you might want to download that app back. It's on your credit. Deleting it from the phone doesn't delete your credit. Getting ready for my documentary on how during COVID we got stimulus checks and instead of using it wisely, I bought 57 pairs of Crocs. I bought a Gucci belt and got fat during COVID and it didn't fit me. Me and DoorDash had a time, yet another example. I always say when I was COVID rich because girl, I was thriving on unemployment and those stimulus checks. Nice. I paid off all my debt with it, but then immediately when everything opened back up, I went into debt to take my kids to Disney. Yet again, another series that we have on this channel. I used mine on Genshin Impact, another one of the microtransaction video games, and I bought a MacBook. I don't even use that MacBook today.
My mom's seeing her new house for the first time. See how quiet it is? Yeah. What, the driveway? See, the orange isn't so bad.
Oh no, I don't like it.
Okay, so this clip is a lot longer and becomes even more uncomfortable, but apparently her daughter told her to buy this house without even looking at it. I'm not a body language expert, but I think she's not too thrilled with it. She thinks it's too close to the road, and she's correct. Do you hate her? Why did you make her buy a house without seeing it? I would say both parties are at fault here. It's absolutely crazy not to look at a house before buying it, but why would you agree to that in the first place?
What's been your worst money mistake?
We took a home equity line out and we bought a car.
What has been your worst money mistake?
When I was traveling by myself, I used every limit of credit card I had to do it.
I pulled a bunch of my 401k money, paid the penalty to buy my boat. It's very expensive to buy a boat in the Virgin Islands. And that was awesome. And I met her. And now looking back, like, you know, being older with a mortgage, better do that stuff when you're younger, probably.
I wouldn't even say that now. If you're not incredibly financially responsible at a young age in 2026, life is probably going to be pretty difficult. The job market's in shambles, home prices are through the roof, everything's through the roof. So you making one of these terrible financial mistakes like taking out your 401k for a boat might ruin you financially forever. Going over to the comments, 401k for a boat, home equity loans are always a mistake. Absolutely do not ever get a HELOC, an equity line to buy a car. So that's all I could really handle for this video today. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. YouTube thinks you'll like this video popping up on screen right now, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, and I'll talk to you guys later.